Hello everyone and welcome back to another Grainman map tour. Now I've been on my travels again, and this week we're actually in Austria in a region called Carinthia. Now this is actually a real region in Austria in Europe, and I'm on a new map by a new modder called BlackpatModding. Now this map is actually called Ossiacher Tal, so if that is the wrong pronunciation I can only apologise. But I thought I'd have a quick look at this map because obviously it's always good to look at new maps that come out, especially from modders who have not done maps before, to give a bit of feedback, etc. Now this map was released on the 28th of the 4th 2023, so a couple of days ago. I'm a little bit late on this video, to be honest with you. The map is 112.79 megabytes in size to download. It's on the version 1.00 at the moment. But yeah, it's quite a nice little map actually. It has 46 fields, 4 meadows and 4 forest areas, and they're divided into like large and small areas, etc. The map itself has got actually a little village here, and there's also over there, and there's some areas over here on top of this hill, which is where the first starter farm is. But there's a biogas plant, so a BGA, there's an inn, a supermarket, some agricultural trade places to sell things, and also the fish farm mod, which is quite nice to see built into a map. There's actually another sawmill as well, and that's obviously for your production and sales. And it's, to be honest with you, you get started on new farmer mode, which I'll just tab to in a second, with quite a lot of nice equipment. So if I'll just tab back to our farm, which is actually, the farm's on top of this big granite hill here actually, surrounded by the forest. But so what we'll do then, I think we'll just run through quickly what we get as a new farmer in the equipment. Some few bits and bobs, bit different ones that I've seen recently, which is nice. So you get started with a nice Stayer 8150 tractor, the normal massive Ferguson 3670, which again is a good track to start with, but we actually get to start with a different type of harvester this time, which is quite nice. We get started with the Rochelmath Nova 330, which is not a massive one, but it's quite nice to have something a bit different. Start with the DK115 again, trailer, the header. Start with a KUHN GMD 4411 mower, a tedder, a windrower, forage wagon, so a nice Boss Alpine forage wagon, and animal transport bits and bobs, so animal transport trailer, some animal bits as well, so that's quite good, some front loader tools, etc. Now one of the other things we need to be aware of is the map actually does require us to have a few mods. So it requires us to have the Silos Multifruit by OmaTana, the Composite Machinesheds, which I think, if I remember rightly, are these ones, by VertexDezign and Niggels, TMR Mixing Station by Happy Mole, Animals Placeable Pack by Puma 145, Fishfarming, obviously, which I said about in the actual built into the map, by VxModding, German Fire Station by nrxEcki, and the Seed Cleaner 1200-LG by GTX. So a few little mods there you need to actually get the map started, but I don't think that's too bad. I think most of those mods are pretty standard these days that people may already have downloaded and installed. I know I had a few, but not all of them. But again, same thing when you download it, the downloadable area tells you that you need to download these to make it work. Now this is the main farm itself. As you can see, you've got some composite buildings here with all your brand new nice bits of equipment, which is nice. Then you got some quite nice animal enclosures. So this is the I believe this is the cow barn or cow pasture. Now it's a little bit different to some of the other ones you see. It's a quite nice design actually, I quite like it. I'm just in flight mode, so I'll just zip along a little bit. I've also got super fast running turned on, so I can clear areas of the map pretty quick. But yeah, and also you've also got, if you see here, we've got some greenhouses already, which appear in our productions. So you've got the TMR as well, total mix ration station. You've got your 2 large greenhouses, which is quite nice. So if we just go there a second. So obviously for your cattle and your cows, etc., you've got a TMR there. You've we've also got in the same area the seed cleaner. Now I've not run this mod before, so let me know in the comments below this video if you run this mod and what you think to it. I'll have to look into exactly what it does. I think you can take just your harvested like seeds and corn, etc., and wheat, and put it through that, and then it allows you to then create your own seeds, I think. But it might be something I'll look into in the future, you never know. Let's just zip along here a bit more. Then we've got another pigsty here, so another custom one again, which is actually quite nice. I do like this one. And it's so this is the pig enclosure. Let's see what sort of size we're looking at here. So again, let's zip over. Let's just go here. That's 400. Wow, that's impressive. So that's a big area for the pigs. We'll quickly just check what the cows are. Actually, I should have done that earlier. That's not an issue. We can do that quickly. So that is 400 as well. I know there's chickens as well over here, which is just the other side of the of all these barns. So there's the sheep there as well. So we'll do that quickly while we're here. So the sheep size is, horse barn, sorry, is 8 horses. That's nice to see. We've got a hay loft as well, so that's good for storing your hay from all your harvests, etc. So I believe the chickens are, I thought they were around here. Oh well, let's have a quick look on the map. I'm sure we can find it pretty quick. Chickens, sheep are here. Cows are there. Chickens are here. There we are. Fantastic. So we'll go here. So actually, I've used this chicken pen myself actually in a couple of other games I've played. So it's quite a nice open chicken pen, which I think is pretty cool. So that's 150. And from the map itself, you can see you got the horses, you got chickens, you got the 2 productions, which I believe are the greenhouses. Yep. Then you've got a petrol tank down there and a vehicle workshop, which is nice. There's the pigs just outside where the garages are, where our all our equipment is. There's your cow pasture, hay loft, like I was saying, horse barn, and you've got your house there. So if we visit the house, you'll see that our sleep trigger's here. It's a nice either Alpine or Scandinavian type of like villa sort of thing, which is quite nice. So that's good. So on the main map itself, you'll see that you actually start in this area, and you get started with 2 really big fields, which are nice, and obviously all this area where your farm is. And as you can see, there's quite a few fields. There's some nice different shapes fields as well. In the village itself here, obviously there's some smaller fields, which are absolutely fine. They're not too bad on field price either. We'll run through that slightly later in this video. But there's some nice, I just think there's some nice areas of different field sizes and also field dimensions. And they're not completely straight. There's some very interesting shapes as well, so that's good. I think what we'll do now is just dive into some of the productions that are on the map. So you've got the restaurant just up here, and you've got farmers market, gas station, dairy. Over here is the cereal factory. I think this is where the sawmill is. Yep, I thought that was where the sawmill was. It's got a nice big lake here as well, and it's got like a pier and lots of people walking around, and some areas where you can actually go and see some people walking around and some activities and nice placeables. There's a spinnery here. There's your vehicle shop where you can buy everything from, and then you've got your tailor shop, the animal dealer, the pet tradable, sale market, bakery, oil mill, grain mill, fish farming, which is obviously something that some of you may have done. I haven't done it myself, but I've seen some people do it on YouTube. Gas station, again, so 2 of those. Another sale agriculture, sugar mill, and biomass heating plant. So you can take your wood chip there, carpentry, and then we're back around to where the main farm is. Now, there's no custom crop calendar, and there's also no custom crops, which is quite nice, and I think all the crops are actually on this as well, so that's good. We've got, obviously, when I said pens, we've got an awful lot of pens. You've got Goldcrest, chicken coop, pig enclosure, cow pasture, large sheep pasture, and you've got another cow pasture, 85 cows, and you've got another horse barn, so quite a lot, to be honest with you. It does seem to be quite a lot of contracts on the map as well. Obviously there's not a massive amount of fields, it's only 46, so you'll probably soon run out of contracts, but it is nice. Generally though, I think for a first map for a modder, I think it's really nice. It's not perfect, there's a few little bits and bobs, a few of the textures are not perfect in areas, a few of the buildings have a few issues where they're not quite level with the ground in certain areas. I think this shed's one of them. I need to just remember, let's just get all the way down. Might not be this one, might be another shed that I've seen, like at the end there. You can just see it's a little bit not quite perfect on the ground levelling, but apart from that, for a first map, I'm actually really impressed with it. I think it's really good. So I think the modder BlackpatModding should be really proud of himself or herself for this mod, because for this mod map, because it's really good. Apart from that, I mean, it is generally just a really nice map to run. I've played a few hours on it over the weekend, and it does seem to work quite well. It's quite nice to have the Fishfarming mod built in, which is obviously this one. So if no one's run this before, it's, I think, when you've purchased it, you give it corn and a few of the bits and bobs, and then you get fish to sell, which is quite nice. So expensive to buy, I think, 150,000, so it's not too bad. Generally the productions, let's have a quick look at the grain mill, which is obviously quite a standard one that most people would buy. Let's have a quick look. 96. So yeah, productions are pretty standard pricing, I think. They're not too bad at all. Bakery, that's always one of my favourites to buy. I mean, just things like here, like the drop off area is not actually been tarmacked or gravelled, and it's just on grass, which is, well, it's not too bad. It's just those few little bits and bobs that you just think maybe they could have spent a little bit of extra time doing that, but it's not a big problem. 50,000, so yeah, again, pretty good. And this is the centre of this village area. There's a nice church there, etc. But yeah, generally the textures are really nice. The map itself seems really bright and open and that to play, and there's lots of placeables in different areas and lots of interesting things. There's plenty of places to get water as well, and then you've also got the very big lake up here. So if I just go over here to the cereal factory, you'll see this one I think is quite an expensive production to purchase. It's 110,000, but again, it's not too bad. If we just then jump over, as you can see, you got the big lake there, and you got lots of people walking around, and you got some nice stalls as well, etc. It's just a nice area of the map, I think, to be honest with you. A lot of trees to cut down as well, obviously, when you purchase the land. We'll have a quick look at the land price as well now. If I just go into here, so if we zoom out, so where we are at the moment, we get fields, new farmer, I'm going to get area 60 or farmland 60, and that's obviously where all our buildings etc are. You get farm 113, which its value is 20,000. That one's 26. So if we want to buy 61 next to it on top of the hill, it's 15,000. That's 13. 62, that's only 7,000, so that's pretty good. Let's pick like one of the biggest areas. Probably 5 looks pretty big. 61,000. 9 has got a clump of trees in the middle, so that's quite a nice feature. Wow, okay, that buys all the surrounding areas for 0, so I'm not sure if that might be a little bit of a bug, but that's not an issue. If you say no on that, there we go, that one's 60,000 for farmland 9, which is not actually there, it's there. Okay, might be fixed in a bug fix. It just you find these things on new maps, I suppose. So 23's 52,000. Okay, so again, I think the ability to probably get some upgrades and get some big equipment on this map is actually going to be quite easy, and the fields are a good size, so you could run some very large combines, cultivators, you know, things like a big Fent combine, or maybe even some mod combines with the really big headers like the Lizard 30-foot header. So yeah, really nice little map, I think, for a first attempt. A few little bugs here and there, but I don't think it's unplayable, and I think the modder should be really proud of themselves. So Hopefully this video has been informative. If so, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you again on my travels. Many thanks.